Valley Conference basketball tonight. On the boys' side, it's the East Troy Trojans and your McFarland Spartans. Starting for East Troy, number 5, Ryan Nixon, a 6'1 junior. Number 14, Michael Rosine, a 6'1 senior. 24, Quentin Lodig, a 5'10 senior. Number 30, Aaron Vukovic, who goes by AJ Vukovic, 6'5 senior. And 44, Chase Cummings, 6'2 sophomore. 4 your Spartans who come in tonight's game with a record of 6-2. Number 3, Pete Pavlik. Number 4, Austin Miller. Number 5, Jackson Werwinski. Number 12, Blake Kess. And number 24, Max Hansen. Jeff Meinholt, coach for the Spartans. Hansen, a 6'7 senior. Kess, a 6' junior. Werwinski, a 6'1 junior. Austin Miller, a 5'11 senior. Pete Pavlik, a 6' junior. Again, East Troy comes in, Pete, 8-1, coming off a 19-point loss to Sussex Hamilton, who happens to be the top-rated big school in the state. They play a pretty impressive non-conference schedule with the likes of Milwaukee Washington and Milwaukee Vincent.
Yeah, they've gone out to find just about anybody who's in that upper echelon of teams to compete against, so they're going to come battle-tested. Here's a shot for Vukovic right off the jump.
And a miss and a rebound by Hansen. East Troy will put it up, and they'll put it up quickly.
Both teams are going to play up-tempo here, so it's going to be a real matter of who can maintain that tempo against the opposing defense to make sure they can play at that speed that they want, and then who's going to adjust and how in terms of are they going to slow it down, are they going to put on more pressure defensively, those sorts of things.
Turnover will give the ball to East Troy. A lot of movement on this Trojan team.
I'd expect to see Hansen really helping out inside here quite a bit. You can see a little slow on the close here because he's got to come from such a long ways. But they're going to use his length on the help side there defensively.
East Troy already in the first 45 seconds has shot 3 threes. They're 0 for 3. Kess, nice move off the glass and good.
Excellent job getting that ball outletted. Werwinski gets that board down here. He's immediately looking down court to push that thing. They get 4 on 3 on the other end.
Spartans on the board, 2-0. Vukovic going to be called for the travel.
I would think this is about the slowest you'll see it this evening. You know, they both, these are two teams that really want to play with some speed and some real tempo, and you don't see a ton of the pressure right now, kind of a token three-quarter court pressure, but I'd expect to see some more full court pressure from at least East Troy on the defensive end.
3 is Pavlik on the drive, overlays, no good. Hansen rebound, puts it back up. 4-0 McFarland. Good start for the Spartans, but here comes East Troy.
Great job helping on the weak side after they rotated off of Vukovic. You saw Werwinski slide down from the top to go ahead and pick up the help there so they didn't get the dump off to AJ.
So Austin Miller will pick up his first.
McFarland's going to have to be careful, though, if Vukovic is down in that short corner spot, that they don't help off of him against that dribble penetration, because you're going to end up seeing a dunk coming on that weak side if that happens too consistently.
Michael Rosine, the 6'1 senior at the free throw line, misses the first. So look at Coach Rayfield for East Troy. Second one, no good. Cummings, though, with the rebound. 3 on the way, no good. And Werwinski's got it. Ball tipped away. Stolen back by East Troy. Stolen back by the Spartans. Tipped ahead. On the break. Nice job. Kess finishes it off. 6-0 Spartans.
I know the scoreboard reads 6-0, but you've had 4 uncontested threes, and eventually that's going to be the result of them if you keep that up right there.
And that's Cummings for 3, the sophomore. Cuts the lead in half, 6-3. Werwinski is 5, guarded by Rosine. He'll take it all the way to the hoop, blocked by Vukovic. And it'll be Spartan ball underneath their own basket.
McFarland has to be cognizant of the fact that Vukovic is going to be swatting at those shots. Get to 2 feet, give a shot fake, get the bounce pass off to Max Hansen after it helps. All sorts of options there, but just going up uncontested like that, you're going to get swatted. It's not as uncontested as you think.
Hansen, skip pass over to Blake Kess. The junior drives in, blocked out of bounds. 2 blocks for Vukovic here. Vukovic comes in averaging 27 points per game. Believe that puts him 3rd in the state.
I mean, McFarland has to shot fake to try to get that foul count up on him.
Hansen doesn't get the roll, gets the rebound, back up, no good.
That would have been another nice opportunity to shot fake to bring him in and then lean into the contact there.
And Max picks up the foul in the backcourt. That's his first. That's the second team foul against the Spartans. 15-20 to go here in the first half. McFarland 6, East Troy 3. Here comes Rosine, lays it up and scores.
I get what they're trying to do with that matchup, allowing him to help off because his length can help defend Rosine on the perimeter there, but it's going to be very difficult for him to pick up a guy of that speed full court like that.
Spartans keep it alive. A lot of quick hands out there for East Troy. 6'5" McFarland. And we got a foul called on East Troy. I believe that's going to be on 44. That's his first, team's first. Spartans will inbound. 3 is Pete Pavlik. Gets it high out to Hansen. Swings it over to Werwinski. Miller almost traveled. Hansen shot on the way. Good for 2. Hansen with 4. Spartan lead now 8-5. Yeah, it's going to be a tough matchup with Hansen on Rosine.
Significantly better job by him, though. He's not playing him too close. He's given that space, just trying to turn him a little bit until he can get to the help defense, and then he's going to be sitting there in that lane trying to protect the rim.
He's got to stay low. Hansen, he's feeling it. No good. Long rebound goes off East Troy, out of bounds. Spartans will keep it underneath their own basket. 14-16, time on the clock. 8-5. McFarland. Going to come out high to Hansen, almost tipped away by Vukovic. Miller to Hansen. Kess to the basket, layup good. Blake Kess, Pete, with 6 of McFarland's 10.
Tremendous job sweeping on the catch to try to attack that rim and attack the closeout. Very well done by Blake.
Cummings again.
And here's that full court pressure now that we talked about, John.
Cummings with 2 threes now, 6 points on the night. It's 10-8.
Nice curl by Pete Pavlik now. We got to make sure we're using those screens, attacking off of them, have our eyes up. Too much dribbling, not enough work being done.
Werwinski goes up, shot back of the iron, no good. Vukovic with the rebound. Here comes East Troy. Up ahead, Nixon, no good. Vukovic with the rebound, back up off the glass and good.
If you get a chance on the next transition for East Troy, watch how well they space the floor. They got 2 guys running to the baseline corners. They got wing runners. Here's your trailer by Vukovic. Just a really, really nice job spacing that floor and attacking the rim.
So Jackson Werwinski is going to pick up the foul. Whistle blew before I think he even made contact there, but it's a foul. Werwinski's, well, they're going to say it's on Pavlik. Must have had the foul a little sooner than I saw it.
Got Miller on Vukovic now. They're going to run a lot of different guys at AJ to try to mix them up and not allow them to get comfortable on the attack. So we'll see how
hits
they
a 3. And now East Troy with their first lead of the game, 13-10. Boy, that just constant pressure. Kess, he'll be fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Fouls on number 24, Quentin Loddig. Yeah, Pete, you can't blink your eyes here with East Troy. They will push that ball up the court fast.
Well, and the nice thing is the variety with which they're playing defensively, too. So you saw a little bit of the token pressure, three-quarter court. You saw them pick up full court a little bit. This one, they kind of sit off like they're playing half court, and as soon as you swing it, bam, they're bringing the trap. They're getting rotated around. And it keeps you guessing. It keeps you passive offensively.
And Kess knocks them both down. He's got 8. It's 13-12 East Troy. Travel in the backcourt on Cummings.
Great job by Max just waiting for that guy to cut towards him. They ended up shaking the kid on the baseline there, but he's just in a great position to defend, not reaching and letting them make the mistake.
East Troy lead is 1. 12:48 to go here in the first half. Hanson will swing it over to Miller. Back out Hanson. Ethan Nichols, number 0, is in the game. He'll run the offense out top over to Kess. Well, that's going to be a travel.
So now McFarland's got to get their counter punch ready. That's twice now on the ball screen. They've looked to trap. One of them they got around the corner, got a nice look. Werwinski up top. This one on that side, get the trap there by A.J. Vukovic. Got to be ready to roll right away.
Cummings, Rosine for 3, good. Michael Rosine's hit a pair of threes here. It's 16-12. It was a 6-0 start for the Spartans, but East Troy's responded with a 16-6 run here to be up by 4.
Boy, I love the way Kess sweeps as soon as he catches. He's so strong.
Nichols, right time, right place with the putback. 16-14.
Blake Kess is absolutely action ready on the catch. There's no delay by him.
Rosine, short this time. Miller with the rebound. Kess looks like he'd be a good football player out there.
I've told him a few times when he fouled out of games, I says, you know, quarterbacks don't foul out, Blake. So.
Oh, tipped away. This is Eli Hart, lays it up and scores.
In a situation like that, you either got to cut it off completely, sprinting there, try to get him to redirect. You got to make sure the ball doesn't come above the hip to assure there's not an and one, or you got to lay off the thing. Right there, you just get that half-hearted reach, you're going to get yourself an and one. I can't imagine Coach Meinhold or anyone else on that staff's particularly happy with that attempt.
Miller with the foul. That will be his second. 4 team fouls now on the Spartans. Number 23, Eli Hart, 6-foot senior, going for the three-point play the old-fashioned way, and it's good. East Troy now up by 5, 19-14.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a Nichols boy on Vukovic here this next possession now with Miller out of the game. Either that or Werwinski.
Zach Nichols, number 1, is in. Garrett Larson, number 14, is in. You're going to need that depth for the pace of this game. Oh, well, that was halfway down. Nichols somehow comes out of it. Brother to brother, no good. And I think they're going to get Vukovic for going over the back here.
They got him with the push here on the rebound. But you can see how quick Garrett wants to get that up. Garrett Larson there on that bounce pass across the lane because he knows Vukovic is coming.
Well, they're going to call it on Ryan Nixon, his first, team's third. Nichols, he got pushed. That should go on Colin Terpstra, number 10. He's a 6'3 sophomore.
I know we've talked a few times here on the tempo, the desired tempo of both teams, but we had 9 fouls within the first 8 minutes. That might be something that'll dictate this tempo a little bit. It's hard to run the floor if the whistle's blowing.
Nixon layup, double pumps. Vukovic with the follow. His fourth, and it's 21-14. Spartans now trail by 7. Nice reverse layup by Pete Pavlik.
A great job getting to the opposite side and using the rim as a protector against a great shot blocker like A.J. Vukovic.
21-16. No shortage of points here tonight, Pete.
Here's Nichols on Vukovic down low.
Nixon shot is long, rebounded by Hart. Back to Nixon. Doesn't fall, but he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. This is going to be on number 3, Pete Pavlik. His second, team's 5th. Ryan Nixon, 6'1" junior, will go to the line for the Trojans to shoot 2. First one is good.
Well, you're going to see that bench that you were mentioning before now, John. You've got Miller and Pavlik with 2 early on in this first half. Both Nichols boys will be able to take care of some of the ball handling. Lewinsky, obviously, but you're starting to get to that point now where your lineups are going to get a little disjointed with those 2 guys sitting out eventually.
And second free throw also good for Nixon. His first 2 of the night. It's a 7-point lead for East Troy. Spartans don't want this one to slip away here on them after a 6-0 start. East Troy has come back and outscored the Spartans 23-10. Larson tried to draw the foul. The game keeps going, though. Nixon all the way in. Follow-up by Vukovic is good.
But again, an official's not going to give you a foul call when your chest is facing the sideline on your attempt. You've got to get to 2 feet. You've got to get a strong base. You've got to put a shoulder into the chest on the way up. You've got to play with control. Officials will reward control when you are at the rim.
So timeout for the Spartans, 25-16. Boy, East Troy can score fast, I tell you. They've been in the 90s this year a couple of times.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you looked at that 6-0 run to start the game for McFarland, Coach Rayfield's frustrations were on the defensive end. He wasn't worried at all about what was going on offensively. You mentioned it early on. 2-3 possessions in the game. They got 4 or 5 totally uncontested attempts from the three-point line. If that's what he's getting, he's feeling totally comfortable because he knows he's not going to go over for the night.
Well, Pete, we need an answer here. Lewinsky is 5. Again, East Troy coming in 8-1, undefeated in the Rock Valley Conference. Spartans with just 1 loss in the conference, that to Evansville, a team East Troy beat by 4. Hey, how about that? Garrett Larson knocks down a 3. Kind of a line drive there.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of a concern with Vukovic right there in front.
Well, Vukovic, he was looking to throw it down there, and all of a sudden a whistle comes in. I didn't see.
See, I thought he was going for the flush there, and I thought Jackson had gotten up, and I thought it was Jackson, but apparently it was, Jackson. Thought he had gotten up and blocked the shot, and Vukovic didn't seem to have a problem with it either because he picked it up just to go finish it again, and now here we are at the line.
Vukovic misses the first free throw. Rosine back in for East Troy. Hansen, Miller, and Kess back for the Spartans.
So
9:10 to go in the first half, 25-19 East Troy.
How often do you have a foul call where both coaches are upset with the call?
Yeah.
Coach Meinhold's wondering why there's a foul, and Coach Rayfield's wondering, why? I didn't think there was a foul either. Let him finish the play at the end.
Max Hansen underneath, kicks it back out.
That's
Nichols travel.
You could see the split step as soon as he started to go. 1 foot went forward like he was ready to run with it. The other one slides back. He kind of splits those feet, and that's going to be a travel.
Quinn Laddick back in the game for East Troy. The lead is 6. There's a look at Coach Rayfield, an accomplished basketball player back in his high school days. Vukovic, hard to the basket, pulls up, shot good, and a foul. All of a sudden, Vukovic with 8. Foul's going to be called on Ethan Nichols, his first. 17 fouls now on the Spartans. Vukovic knocks down the free throw. He's got 9. The lead is 9 for East Troy, 28-19. Very solid basketball team, Pete.
So you can see that East Troy is really overplaying a ton of that stuff on the perimeter, which I know they knew coming into the game here.
Cummings, 3.
What you got to have in all those, you got to have those back cuts, and you got to have them finish the back cut. You see McFarland cutting back and forth every once in a while right now. That doesn't stress the defense at all. You got to cut hard and cut all the way through.
Ethan Nichols with the foul. Spartans now with 8 fouls. We're just a little bit over halfway through this first half. Nixon will go to the line to shoot. That is long, no good. Werwinski and Pavlik in. Nichols and Nichols are out. Quite a fast tempo here, which is what we expected. Second free throw for Nixon, good.
I mean, one of McFarland's strengths this year has been their ability to convert in their transition offense at times. Issue is, it's really hard to transition off of makes on the other end. So they've got to find a way to create turnovers to get those stops so they can run the floor.
Kess. Blake Kess.
Or just get it to Blake and everybody else get the heck out of the way.
Nice drive. Kess with 10. Fouls called on Ryan Nixon, his second. Kess will go to the line to shoot one. 29-21. 8:10 time on the clock here in the first half. Free throw on the way is good for Kess, who now has 11 of the Spartans' 22 points. Ball goes out of bounds. Turnover will give it back to the Spartans. We'll take it.
Great situational awareness by McFarland not to grab that loose ball as it was coming off of Vukovic.
Again, pressure from East Troy, but Werwinski will bring it up. Pavlik.
McFarland might want to find a way to set that ball screen with someone other than Max Hansen, because when he comes up to set it, that means A.J. Vukovic is coming on the trap, and that's a pretty athletic dude to be trapping.
Pavlik on the miss. Hansen on the follow gets fouled. And they're going to talk about it. Now they're going to say shooting.
I think they got him on the putback. Max went for the tip-in, and I think he got caught on the arm on that.
Eli Hart with the foul, his first. Fifth team foul against East Troy, sixth, correction. Max Hansen with the free throw good. Max has 5, cuts the lead to 6.
Our athletic trainer agrees with the call wholeheartedly.
29-23, Max Hansen, second free throw, also good, nothing but net. 6 for Hansen, 29-24 East Troy. Rosine.
Great job by Max sitting in that lane. He'll have to recover late, contest with a high hand, and recover.
Oh, Rosine, way short, but Vukovic just grabbed it right over Miller and put it back in. 31-24.
There's something to be said about biology.
I tell you. Kess got another one. Kess with 13.
Blake Kess is
nothing fancy, just right place, right time.
Autographing his ballot for first team all-conference right now with this effort.
Nice drive by Cummings, the sophomore. He's got 8. 33-26. And a block will send to the Spartans to the free throw line. That's going to be on number Eli Hart, number 23, his second, 7th team foul. Now you got a chance, Pete, to pick up some points with the clock stopped here.
Continue to convert these free throws, like you're saying, put points on the board while the clock stops, and then got to get a stop on defense. They're forcing some shots that they want East Troy to take, but then they're not finishing the possession by getting the box out.
Kess knocks down the first one. He's got 14 here, Pete, with 6:42 to go in the first half. Second free throw for Blake Kess. No good, but Hansen keeps it alive. Werwinski on the drive, pulls up, shot good.
It's hard for me not to just sit here in awe when I watch A.J. Vukovic attempt these blocks. I mean, he looks like he's going to be late on it, and he still has a valiant attempt at the shot block. Well, so athletic.
The continuation gives Nixon the basket. Foul called on Werwinski, his second, 9th team foul. Boy, East Troy with a number of three-point plays here on a basket and a free throw. That one is no good. 35-29, 6:20 to go here in the first half.
And McFarland missed another one. The shooter for East Troy, there's one who was responsible for Blake Hess. He was on the sideline all by himself. They had another layup opportunity for Blake.
As we near the 6-minute mark, Hanson. Oh, nice. Overlays, but a foul is called.
And that is the rear cut that we talked about. That's the difference between going all the way through to the basket and doing that jab step and popping back out a whole bunch of times.
A.J. Vukovic with the foul. That's his second. 35-29. Pavlik gets the roll. 3 for Pete. 35-30. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Hits them both. So Pete Pavlik with 2 free throws. Larson in, Pavlik out, 35-31. Spartans hanging tough here, Pete. A little confusion here.
Sort of technical difficulty. Looks like they're putting 2 on right now for Vukovic, originally listed as 1.
I had him for 1, so. Coach Rayfield, he's all over it.
So you got a 4-point game here with just under 6 to go. McFarland's forcing, again, they're forcing some of the shots that they want for East Troy here. They're playing some decent defense in the half court, but they're not finishing the possession. You know, it's one thing to get the stop, or it's one thing to go ahead and force the shot that you wanted to take, but then you got to get the board. You've got to get it out in transition. You got to capitalize on the other end. Now I think they got him listed as 3. There's a good chance before we're done here he's going to foul out.
He could get 2 more with the clock stopped. Wouldn't that be a story?
Remarkable.
I only had him for 1, so I missed something.
They have the automatic additional stuff for the scoreboard there, so it can get a little dicey with it at times, especially in between games.
I don't think 3 is right, because he'd come out if that was the case. I think it's a scoreboard malfunction. What do you think, Pete?
I'm going to blame the technology.
I don't know if Coach Rayfield would keep him out there with 3 fouls. 35-31. And there's a reach, and now East Troy is going to be shooting 2.
Now, I do think that one might be Jackson's 3rd. Or is that his 2nd?
Larson.
Oh. Thought they had the reach on there.
Well, I'm getting confused on who fouls are called.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna take my advice from coaching here. I'm gonna leave the officiating to the dudes in stripes. I'll try to explain some of the basketball stuff that's going on the court, because I have no idea what's going on officiating-wise.
Well, that's Garrett's 1st as opposed to Jackson's 3rd. So.
I don't think Meinhold's putting up much of a protest.
Ryan Nixon at the line hits the free throw. His 4th free throw. He's got 6 points. 36-31 East Troy. Second one on the way, no good. Spartans keep it alive. Pavlik chases it down, gets it off to Werwinski, and here comes McFarland, trailing by 5, 36-31.
So the best of our knowledge now, we've got both teams in double bonus with 5.5 to go. Attacking the rim is going to be paramount so you can get those extra points, those extra possessions.
Pavlik on the drive, short. East Troy with a rebound. Here come the Trojans. Running that corner break, up ahead Nixon. And they're going to whistle Larson for the block.
I'll tell you what, John, I saw a newspaper article once, I think it was from 1971. 38-34 or something like that, team fouls.
Oh, 67 fouls in the game.
67 fouls in the game. Judah and Warren, 7 guys fouled out on one team.
Yep, 7 players for Judah fouled out. They only suited up 10, so they finished the game in overtime with 3 kids and only lost by 2. That's the John Wells trivia for tonight. Nixon puts the Trojans up 38-31 with 5:20 to go. They may be close to 50 here by the end of the first half.
Fouls or points?
Haven't been a lot of turnovers tonight.
And I'll tell you what you've seen from both benches, though, John, is there's been calls that both coaches have disagreed with, but their focus has been on their crew. Because in this game like this caliber, you can't be worried about all that other stuff. You got to get your guys under control and get your guys figured out. We're going to have a dunk on this end here possibly. No? Okay.
Well, they run that sideline break. Rosine's uncontested three, no good.
I thought they had AJ on the trail there. I thought they were going to catch him weak side.
Hart, that was blocked. Nichols comes out of it.
McFarland going to be looking for a shot in the corner here possibly.
Yeah, taking a little air out of the ball, but credit the defense. Pavlik, long, no good. Kess chases it down. Pavlik comes out of it. He goes up, shot good, Pete Pavlik.
What a nice hesitation by him once he got into the paint there. Love his patience, love his control.
Credit Kess for the save. 38-33, East Troy by 5. Got a foul over here on Quentin Lodig. Going to call him for the illegal screen. The official let him plead his case there, Pete, but that gets kind of dangerous.
Yeah, he's going to be careful. As long as the conversation is cordial there, it's not an issue. But when you start getting a little too excited, they're talking with officials, you can find yourself with another foul you don't agree with either.
38-33. Werwinski, back of the iron, no good. Vukovic down, and a foul. And we'll come down 70 feet this way and shoot.
This would have been a premier night for Cather's 37 steps of free throw shooting. He would have had a ton of opportunities.
I don't know, that Turner girls game, they missed 19. Pete, could you imagine a game with 67 fouls?
Are you?
I mean,
I don't know if you're predicting the future right now or looking in the past.
No, looking at the bag. 67 fouls. That's back before they had the glass backboards even, the old white metal fan-shaped boards. And then finished the game with 3. Al Nordhaus, when he coached girls,
Al Nordhaus,
twice.
when he was with me, he finished the game with 4 and one with 3. Almost won the game, too.
Yeah. Vukovic, another block. That's at least his third here in the first half.
But again, you need to get the pocket pass right from the hip as he's going up. Bounce pass across the lane to the guy he was defending. You need to go with 2 feet. You got a lot of options, but trying to beat him with speed is typically not going to be the one that works.
39-33, lead for East Troy is 6. Hansen kicks it out. Kess shot on the way, that's going to be short. Hansen, another offensive rebound. To Kess, blocked by Vukovic. Tell you, Vukovic is just a gifted athlete. Outstanding basketball player, but baseball may be his sport.
Yeah, a lot of talk of him. I was going to say playing on a specific night when you do with most of these sports, but they play, 162 a year, 162 games? He's going to be getting a lot of time playing for some big team.
Miller hits 3.
Pitcher, I believe, for baseball. Is that correct?
Not for his high school team, though, I don't believe. Cummins kicks it over, Rosine. And turnover. 39-36, 2:38 to go in the first half. Pete, Spartans with a chance to tie on this possession.
Keeping the game within striking distance right now, keeping it where you can You can still feel you got a chance here. You get a couple things running. They're doing a nice job keeping this game close, getting those stops, really working hard defensively.
Max Hansen, Werwinski. 2:15 to go in half number 1. The Spartans just running their offense.
Again, you got to get those rear cuts and you got to go all the way through with them. Otherwise, your defender just sits with you.
Oh, good ball movement that time. Hansen no good. Here comes AJ. Out to Cummings for 3. Good. His third 3. Tell you, Pete, they can just score so fast.
Well, you look at when you got AJ running the floor, you have to stop ball. You have to help with 2-3 guys. And he's so patient with it. He has his eyes up. He sees the floor. I mean, he dropped that pass right into the pocket there for Cummings.
Kessa shot short. Vukovic with the rebound. Steal in the backcourt. Kess, another block by Vukovic. We'll say at least 5 here.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. We've got to start to do something differently.
Got to get that shot fake in there. And
you combine it with his rebounds down on this end, and you got triple-double territory coming in this halftime.
That's a travel. So turnover will give the ball back to East Troy, who leads by 6. Nixon in for the Trojans. Spartans want to keep it under 10 here in the first half when they go to the locker room. So this is a big possession here for East Troy. Looks like they're going to set up almost a 1-4 low. And a steal by Nichols. Gets it off to Werwinski. 1 minute to go in the first half. Big possession for the Spartans. They can cut the lead in half. They trail by 6. Pavlik shot long, no good. Loddig down with the rebound. Here comes East Troy, and there's the foul. Way away from the basket, and that's on Zach Nichols on the reach. That's Zach's first foul. East Troy will shoot a pair. This is Quentin Loddig, scoreless so far. Looking to pick up his first point of the night, and he does. Hart and Larson in. Hart for East Troy, Larson for McFarland. 43-36. Now, like I said earlier, Pete, it's just important. You don't want to go into the locker room at halftime down by more than 10.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at a number of different points in this game where McFarland can feel really good about what they're doing, the way they're executing their game plan and things like that, but you can't foul 75 feet from the basket as often as they are. You've got to finish when you get open looks on that end, and you got to finish possessions down here. I think that's the one word that Coach Meinhold's going to use is finish.
44-36. 35 seconds to go in the first half. Spartans trail by 8.
There's your trap in the corner now. They're going to trap those dead spots. We always talked about calling those hot spots, where you can get that sideline as the third defender.
Again, Spartans slowing it down a little bit. They may be content just hanging on here for one shot.
Going to try to get a post entry inside here, I think, if they can.
6 seconds to go. Larson, double team, triple team. Back out, shot on the way. Good! By Pete Pavlik. Hey, you can't end a half any better than that. 44-39. East Troy's lead is 5, but Pete, what a great way to end the first half.
Great execution here. They went to go get that post entry. Garrett Larson feels the double coming and gets it back out there. Pete Pavlik with tremendous patience. Shot fake to get the kid up. Bury it. Cold-blooded, man.
We are at halftime here. It is Tuesday night, January 7th, 2020. And it's East Troy 44, McFarland 39. We'll take a break and be back in a few minutes. Welcome back to Rock Valley Conference basketball here from McFarland High School, Tuesday, January 7th, 2020. Pete Willickett, John Wells here with the call tonight. Bill out covering the Whitewater Broadhead game, so unavailable. Again, Spartans trail by 5. Again, we have Patrick, Stephanie, and Andrew here on the technical side of things. In other words, the important side of things tonight. This wouldn't be possible without them. Pete, a lot of talk at halftime. They thought it might take 90 to win this game, but we'll see.
I mean, you sit there and you think about if the second half is called similar to the first, you're going to have a lot of opportunities for free throws at the end. And if that's the tempo you're playing with, that's a lot of stop clock. It's a lot of chances to go ahead and put those free points up there. And I mean, East Troy's already halfway there.
So look at Coach Rayfield. East Troy with quite a winning streak here in the Rock Valley Conference. I forget, is it over 30? It
could be.
Again, they're a nice basketball team, but Spartans right there with them. Again, East Troy came into tonight's game with a record of 8-1, undefeated in the Rock Valley Conference. Their only loss was their last game out to Sussex Hamilton. Finally went by Sussex Hamilton High School. Never been by it before, and it's out in that growing area of Waukesha County.
Beautiful
Here we go.
Facilities. They hold the WFCA football combine there, I believe.
Yeah, just great facilities over there, and great facilities here in McFarland just as well. And Spartans being patient. Miller, shot on the way, around and out, no good. Gets his own rebound, and we've got our first foul of the half. That's going to be whistled on number 24, Quentin Lodig.
Love to see Austin be a little more cognizant of his location there. He's sitting with his heels right on the line. Either get yourself in a little bit closer or get yourself that three-pointer.
That's the third foul on Lodig. Inside, nice post up by Miller, no good.
In the number of shots, you can see A.J. alter that he doesn't even make contact.
Look at Miller. Misses a shot, comes all the way back, gets the steal. Hansen guarded there by Vukovic. Kess. Guarded by Lodig, goes down on the line, so East Troy. Miller again, posts up, over to Hansen, back to Miller. Kicks it out to Pavlik. Good ball movement by the Spartans here to open the second half. On the drive, Kess scores.
Well, it looks as if whatever adjustment they were planning to make from East Troy to defend Kess has been null and void thus far.
44-41. East Troy lead down to 3. Wide open Rosine, long no good. Miller with the rebound. Here come the Spartans with a chance to tie.
And again, I think that's part of the game plan for McFarland right now is to try to force some of those more difficult, low percentage shots from certain guys to be able to create some help opportunities inside.
Kess gets it back out, and Miller to Hansen, to Werwinski. Werwinski, nice little move around and in. Jackson Werwinski, 44-43. East Troy needs to help here in the backcourt. One-man pressure by Pete Pavlik. Rosine, Nixon for 3, around and out. Here comes the Spartans on the break. Pavlik, tipped away, keeps possession.
Incredible job looking down court and getting that ball out ahead. I love that.
Miller on the cut, back to Hansen, shot on the way, long no good. Lodig down with the rebound for East Troy. Gets it up to Rosine, he travels. Switch pivot feet. Boy, East Troy making some mistakes here. Spartans need to take advantage of it.
Coach Rayfield's not interested in kids negotiating calls when they've got stuff they need to do to execute.
As it should be.
Again, McFarland's got to take advantage of the fact that Hansen is wide open on those ball screens. He is uncontested when Vukovic doubles that ball screen.
Hansen for three, good! Max Hansen, feeling it.
They could flare him out, they can roll him to the basket, whatever they want to do. The kids got the ability to do both, but they've got to look when they get that double coming.
10 for the 6'7" senior who knocks down that three. Spartans now by 2. Rosine, back of the iron, no good. Ball tipped up. This is going to be on Werwinski, and this could be his 4th.
McFarland's really got to work on putting a body on before the ball is coming off that rim so that they don't have to get into these jumping matches. Looks like the 3rd listed there for Werwinski.
So inbound. Boy, Rosine wide open again, and that's good. His 3rd 3 of the night puts East Troy back on top 47-46. Ball loose, goes out of bounds. That's going to go Spartan way.
Yeah, tough one to see. It's right in front of me here, but I wasn't looking down at the ball. Couldn't quite see who it went off of there.
Werwinski slips. Boy, darn near put that one in while reclined on the floor.
Going to call on the body on the drive here.
Going to call that one on, I believe that's on Lodig, and it is.
4th on the board.
So Quentin Lodig with 4. He'll go to the bench.
And a travel.
And the travel gives the ball back to East Troy. Trojans again leading by 1.
We always talked about putting it down before you pick it up. Put down the basketball before you pick up the pivot foot, and just trying to get that in there, because otherwise you get that shuffle there. That can be tough. Max looking to help out inside on Vukovic.
Hart 23. Back out. Cummings. Good. That's his 4th 3 for the sophomore, who's got 14 points here and puts East Troy up by 4. Here comes Werwinski. Miller back to Kess. Kess on the drive. Blocked by Vukovic. Here comes AJ. Pavlik took one in the head there. Up to Kess. Underlays. Gets his own rebound. Back up and scores. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And that's what he did.
It's showing some tremendous grit, some tremendous persistence, the strength. I mean, the kid plays physical.
Yeah, Pete Pavlik, I thought he was going to go down out there.
Well, you know, there's you look, you see a kid on the ground there, and you're like, how is that not a call? Well, I think he took the basketball off the head, and I'm not sure that's a foul.
So 3-point play for Kess. Cuts the East Troy lead to 1. As we near the 13-minute mark here in the second half. Post up Vukovic, not going to stop that.
Help was a little late on that one there.
Vukovic yet to get a 3 tonight, but he's hurt us with the 2s.
Here's the ball screen now. Let's see how they respond. See, you notice East Troy, they're not nearly as aggressive on that ball screen now after they've been burned once or twice.
Pavlik shot is long. Cummings gets it up to Nixon. Over Rosine, another 3, and that's good.
And that one there's in transition. You just don't have enough guys running back.
So timeout, McFarland, 55-49, East Troy by 6.
So now if you're McFarland, you've got to change your mentality on this ball screen. If you notice the last couple of possessions, they're not trapping or hedging out as high anymore. So you've got to be thinking about turning that corner, a little jump stop and pop, those sorts of things, because you're not going to have that roll like you had the first couple of possessions of the second half.
Spartans need an answer here. Boy, they've just been scrappy and getting things done and keeping her close. (55-49), 12 and a half minutes time on the clock. That's Max Hansen. Kess, big game offensively from Kess tonight.
Now you've got the double coming there with Vukovic not on the ball screen.
Good skip pass, Kess. Back to Miller. Hansen. Pavlik on the drive, taken away by Vukovic. Up to Nixon. Nice crossover dribble, goes to the hoop. Hard around and out, no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
I'll tell you, one thing that's been really understated tonight is the ability of East Troy to switch man-to-man with almost 1 through 5. I mean, you notice on that possession alone, Vukovic at one point had Hansen, got switched on to Kess, and then finished it on Miller. Just to be able to communicate that can really make things difficult on an offense.
That's the 7th free throw for the junior Ryan Nixon. 56-49. Second one is around and out, no good. Miller down with the rebound. Lead is 7 for East Troy. Scoring pace has slowed a little bit here, Pete, in the second half. Ethan Nichols over to Garrett Larson, back out to Kess, guarded by Rosine. Kess on the drive, and I believe they'll get Rosine for the foul. They do. Michael Rosine, just his first. Yeah, it's a second on the board, so I don't know.
I'll tell you what, though, again, Blake Kess could put on a coach's clinic for how to catch action ready. When he gets that ball in his hands off the pass, he is ready to attack. And the closeouts aren't terrible right now from the East Troy kids, but when he catches and sweeps and catches and curls and catches and drives, it's hard to stay in front of all that.
1 out of 2, and we got another foul.
I think that might be Miller.
That is on Miller.
And I'm guessing he's somewhere between 3 and 5 right now for fouls. I'm not quite sure.
3.
All right.
Again, a little bit of confusion on the fouls on the board. So 56-50 our score. Inside Vukovic, back out Hart.
So now you'll see
Nixon.
Garrett Larson playing that help position role now.
Rosine's shot is blocked. Here come the Spartans. Pavlik. Over to Miller, blocked by Nixon. Tell you what, Pete, I don't know if I've seen this many blocked shots. East Troy probably has 10 blocked shots here in the game so far, with 11-11 to go here in the second half.
They're channeling their inner Lakers right now. I think they had 20 the other night, and I read somewhere that's a record for the most shots blocked on a LeBron team. So he's feeling good having that protection behind him at the rim, and East Troy's got a lot of that going on.
Lead is 6 for East Troy. Pavlik, 3 on the way is short, no good. Rosine with the rebound. Here comes East Troy. All the way to the hole. Contact. Oh. Contact, no call. Again, Coach Rayfield upset, but not at the officials.
No, he thinks it's a terrible turnover. Whether he agrees with the call or not is irrelevant. He's upset that the shot selection wasn't better, the passing wasn't there, the decision-making wasn't there, because those are the guys he's responsible for.
Garrett Larson is 14. Nichols is 1. Spacing issue for the Spartans. Kess going to be fouled. That's going to be on the floor. They're going to call that on Rosine, number 14. That should be his second.
And you're seeing that from both coaches today, John. I mean, both these guys, Coach Meinhold, Coach Rayfield, they're really trying to get these adjustments made, coaching these kids up, doing a nice job of focusing on their crew.
Post up by Kess. Garrett Larson, shot long, no good. Kess with the save, but it's out of bounds. It'll go to East Troy. Good hustle. (56-50), 10:13 to go here in regulation from McFarland High School. 24 Max Hansen, the 6'7" senior, checks back in. Kess will get a break.
I would suspect that barring any sort of fouling situations, when Mr. Kess checks back into the game, he may not come out until there's zeros on the clock or 5 next to his name or his number for fouls.
Cummings to Nixon. Rosine, boy, they're going to leave him wide open. You just can't do that. Rosine now with 3 threes, and that makes it a 9-point game, 59-50.
Games like this, you're looking for kids to step up and knock down some shots, and right now, Mr. Rosine, he's doing that. His number's getting called, and he's getting the opportunities. He's banging them in.
Hansen strong to the basket and scores. 12 for Max. Rosine over to Nixon.
You're going to want to have help on this weak side. Vukovic is in a pretty good spot for a rebound.
Rosine's shot is long. Here come the Spartans, trailing by 7 as we near the 9-minute mark. Pavlik guarded by Rosine. Almost a steal. Over to Zach Nichols, number 1. To his brother Ethan, 0. Nice crossover dribble by Ethan Nichols. Goes up. No good. Vukovic down with the rebound. Gets it up to Cummings. Here comes East Troy. That's going to be a foul on Larson. On the floor.
It's really something to watch these teams finish at the rim right now. I mean, he's 2 steps inside the three-point line, is getting fouled in the short corner, and he still gets a little roller off the glass. He feels like he's a 1.5 feet away from the thing. It's incredible athleticism on some of these players.
Wide open 3 is good for Eli Hart. His first 3 of the game, and the lead now is 10. McFarland needs an answer here. 62-52 East Troy. Miller, nice play. Lays it in and scores.
And the difference between that and some of the cuts they had in the first half is he finished it to the rim. Some of these cuts they've been stopping halfway. He went all the way to it.
But East Troy quickly down the floor, and Vukovic with the putback. East Troy takes a timeout. It's 64-54 with 8:16 to go here in the second half. Pete, what do you think about the 18-minute halves as opposed to the 8-minute quarters?
You know, one of the things that I thought it really did is it forced coaches to have to be able to make adjustments during dead time. So one of the things when I was coaching is we always had our guards who weren't involved in the free throw come on over to the bench so I could make an adjustment and get it out onto the floor. When you had those breaks on the quarters, it was like that free timeout. You could go ahead and make all those adjustments. Now it put more of the onus on the kids out there to be able to adjust possession to possession. So I really like that it put more in the kids' hands to allow them to show what they can do.
Plus you get 4 more minutes of time to get kids in the game, and I think that's big.
Yeah, and
plus you don't get that, and you don't get that delay at the end of the first and third quarter where teams are maybe hanging on to the ball, just trying to milk the clock to the end of the quarter. And
you know, every coach has kind of got that threshold of where they kind of want to play for one, right? Some coaches it's under that 30, some of them it's that last, and it might depend game to game. You know, if we're struggling offensively, whatever it is, and all of a sudden I get that last possession, I may want to stop it and hold it at the 1:30 mark.
Yeah.
Well, now if I've got 2 of those taken away there, that's another 3 minutes of gameplay that we get plus the extended time.
So we near the 8-minute mark. Spartans trailing by 10 coming out of the East Troy timeout. Kess guarded by Hart. Ethan Nichols, 0. On the baseline, kicks it over to Kess. Nice quick step by Kess, lays it in and scores. Boy, Blake has played a nice game. Cuts the lead to 8. Skip pass. Cummings. Good.
So this is what separates the East Troys of the world from the other really good teams, right? Any one of these guys that you leave open has the ability to knock it down.
Cummings with 5 tonight from 3.
I mean, there are, I would say, 3-4 guys, I think, and you've got the numbers better than I do, that have multiple three-point makes right now. Just makes it really hard on a defense to be able to help out when you have a guy like Vukovic who's taking all of your attention.
So ball knocked out of bounds. Nice athletic defensive play there by Ethan Nichols. Lead is 11 for the Trojans now as we near the 7-minute mark. There's Rosine, or Cummings. Tell you what, Cummings has 5 threes, now make it 6, and we aren't within 15 feet of him. Now East Troy on the verge of blowing it out here.
And I can tell you the scouting report does not have them helping off of Cummings that far. That is definitely something that they're aware of. So there's some execution issues going on right now. And
nice job by Max Hansen.
Some rotation issues that they're going to have to talk out and get figured out here.
70-58. Nixon, shot on the way, no good.
See, those are the possessions now that'll drive a guy nuts when they get a shot that they want them taken, and we don't get it until after all that scramble.
Spartans come out of it. Pavlik goes up. He'll draw the foul. Lead is 12 for East Troy, 70-58. Now the Spartans with the chance to cut into that lead with the clock stopped with 6:21 on the board here. 70-58. Pete Pavlik, the junior, number 3, knocks it down.
You know, I really love Pete Pavlik's demeanor out there.
Very calm.
He's just level. I mean, you don't know if the building's on fire or everything's just smooth sailing with him. He's right here. He's just doing his job. He's executing. It's awesome to have.
Oh, look at that. Ran the sideline break beautifully, but unable to convert on the other end, and the turnover gives the ball back to McFarland.
Both teams now have had opportunities off the free throw to take advantage of the matchup by putting the shooter's person back. And both teams missed it. McFarland didn't make the pass ahead, and East Troy just chucked it out of bounds.
Spartans hanging tough. Miller back to Hansen. Hansen kicks it out. Kess 3 on the way. Good, Blake Kess. Just when we thought this was slipping away, but East Troy right back with the answer, and that's Ryan Nixon.
Coach Meinl trying to get the pressure up here after that make. Not enough guys aware of what the plan is, and then they're running clean down the sideline. It's a massive communication issue there.
Kess, finger roll, good. Oh my, Kess in the 20s here for the game. Oh, an offensive foul. That's on Chase Cummings, his second. Tell you what, Pete, just when we were kind of sealing the deal against the Spartans here, they have fought back and they trail by 8.
And the crowd getting rowdy now to give the Spartans new life.
Here's Kess, boy, he's feeling it, overlays it, goes down hard. East Troy comes out of it.
Rosine might shoot this one from East Troy. No, okay.
Coach Rayfield said, hey, just hang on. 5 minutes to go. They lead by 8. Skip pass tipped away by Nichols. Will go out of bounds. East Troy will keep it, inbounding in front of their own bench. Lead is 8. Rosine inbound, gets it over to Loddick. Right away goes up from 3 and scores. Oh my.
I think Blake might be shaking off a little stinger here. Looks like he's got something with a shoulder or a wrist. All of a sudden the inbound was coming in. He wasn't quite sure yet what was happening.
So pass goes into Miller. He is fouled. And that's on the sophomore Chase Cummings. That's his third. 8th team foul against East Troy. So now Spartans shooting. And again, chance to score with the clock stopped. (75-64). Free throw on the way, long, no good, but Ethan Nichols comes out of there with the rebound. Pavlik, shot on the way, no good. Miller keeps it alive. Back out Werwinski. Opportunities galore here for the Spartans. Hansen guarded by Vukovic. And going to be a foul called on Vukovic. 9 fouls against East Troy, just 4 against the Spartans.
I think that's the 10th here now.
10th, you're right.
Double bonus.
Pete, all you got to do is make these now.
You want to talk about
two.
how to chipping away out of this thing here now. You get aggressive to the rim. You knock down your free throws. Clock is not your friend, so you want to stop that thing. And that's how you climb Everest, right? One step at a time.
That's right.
So.
14 unofficially for Max Hansen. Lead is 10, make it 9. Gets the roll and it goes.
This is the end that it's going to really come down to, though. You got to get the stops. You can hit all the free throws you want, but if you're giving up uncontested threes on the other end, that ain't going to help much.
75-66. And foul going to be called on Nichols. That's going to be 4, I believe. It's just been an issue on the board all night with fouls and team fouls. And
I know
4th on Nichols, 5th it has for team fouls.
Some technology issues in that JV game, so.
Lottig, no good. Rebound Hansen. The lead is 9. Here come the Spartans.
McFarland going to try to get a look inside here now. See if they can catch a third here on Vukovic possibly, or a kick out off the double.
Had Hansen posted up.
Tough one to handle below those knees. You got to locate those bounce passes.
Nixon to the rack scores. I tell you what, they are as quick of team in transition as I've seen in some time.
It's fun to watch from an entertainment standpoint. It's unselfish. They're always looking to kick it ahead as opposed to just taking it myself. It's really kind of a cool thing to see.
Good save by Miller, but the ball stolen away. Timeout, East Troy. With 3:13 to go here in the second half, and the Trojans leading by 11. Been an entertaining game, Pete. Kind of what we expected.
Yep.
Just when you think the Spartans are maybe losing it a little bit, they fight back. Done that several times tonight. A lot of time still on the clock. The lead is 11. Spartans are going to be shooting 2 on every foul, so that's the last thing East Troy wants to do. And for McFarland, just 5 team fouls.
I mean, when you come away from this game, regardless of how this outcome ends up going, you're going to be able to look at it from McFarland's standpoint of, okay, here are the possessions where we just didn't execute, where we didn't get the rotation we needed, where we put up some shots that maybe we could have done differently. We didn't shot fake enough with Vukovic or whatever that is, and you can see the path to where the victory is the next time. You know, sometimes you walk away from these games and you go, yeah, that might be the best we got. That might not get any closer. But there's a path to victory there right now.
East Troy, we would assume, be a little patient, but there's Vukovic, takes it to the hoop. Hansen the foul. That's going to be his second. Team foul number 6, so the Trojans will be shooting on the next foul. They'll inbound underneath their own basket. Just under 3 minutes to go. Vukovic to the rack, blocked by Hansen, and out of bounds. Boy, Pavlik's taking a beating out there tonight.
You can just see it on his face. Oh, no, never mind. That's just the same demeanor he's always got. Just Doesn't matter how sore he is, the kid just shows up for work.
Yeah, I think they're going to send him out. I think he
might
took
have
one
some
in the
blood
face.
here now.
Pete, as all the Spartans have tonight, just played hard. So the lead is 11.
Their defensive effort, has been remarkable. Their execution at times has been something they want to work on, but for them to just compete and fight the way they do is really a credit to these kids.
Yeah, they're going to take some air out of the ball here, wisely so. Rosine is 14, goes all the way, gets a layup. That works.
I would say the help defense there was much to be desired.
79-66. Need to score and score quickly here. Hanson back out, Miller to Hanson from 3. Long, no good. Rebound Cummings. And a foul here in the backcourt will march us down to the other end, where the sophomore Chase Cummings, 6'2". Boy, he's got 5 threes tonight.
I was going to say the one nice thing about him shooting free throws, John, is it's very unlikely that he'll hit a three-pointer while doing this, which has kind of been the MO for him tonight.
Actually, I got him for 3 threes, so I'm... So Cummings, I do know that's his first free throw.
It's hard to keep track when they've got so many who are hitting them right now.
And we ran out of 3 numbers in the score sheet pretty quick here. 80-66, 2 minutes to go. Kess, no good, gets his own rebound, tied up. Possession will favor East Troy. It's been a dogfight tonight for the Spartans. They played East Troy tough. Cummings will dribble through. They're not going to pass up a 3, are they, Pete? Nice move by Werwinski. Tipped away. Kess, right time, right place.
I guess they've been so conditioned to just execute. You got trained Bulldogs out there just doing their thing. And they're going to go ahead and take the open ones when they get them.
Loddick, he'll get the lay-in on the other end. And a timeout, East Troy, 82-68.
This could be a situation here now with Coach Rayfield. You might have to dig into the program a little bit to figure out who's checking in, but we'll have to see. 14 is...
We'll see. Again, 82-68. Hey, fans have gotten their money's worth tonight, including the 20, maybe 25 high school students who came out to support their classmates. I'd call that disappointing.
Yeah.
But hey, hats off to the kids who were here.
The hockey game, I guess, had a crowd going on tonight too, but, this is usually – I've seen games here for the East Troy McFarland game where you can't tell what color bleachers are. You've had some really, really good crowds and some alumni in the stands, though. I saw a couple of former basketball players here over winter break still.
We even had some alumni in the band
Carson
tonight.
Werwinski.
(82-68) as we near the 1 minute mark to go in this game. Miller, shot on the way long, no good. Hanson puts it up and scores. 82-70. Uh-oh. Here it comes. Oh. Thought we were going to see it there, but no.
Blake Kess is not going to allow that on his watch.
Not at all. I love it. So they're going to make Vukovic earn this one. He'll shoot 2. That's no good. Second free throw on the way is good. 83-70. Werwinski shot of the way. Back of the iron, no good. Here comes East Troy. They don't slow down for anybody. Vukovic off the glass and scores. 85-70. Shot on the way. Ethan Nichols for three. 85-73. Pete, they're going to get close to 90 if we foul.
Good.
I don't think we're going to foul, though.
Could get another uncontested three, though. Who knows?
Yeah, I doubt if they'll pass it up. And ball off the leg of Nichols. East Troy will get it. Let's see if we play this out to the horn. The thing that bothers me is when teams will just stand out there with the ball and hold and everybody quits, which is what you're seeing right now. Sorry, I'll never like that. I got an issue with that. Game is 36 minutes. By God, you play 36 minutes. Tip to finish. All right, well, saw an entertaining game tonight, certainly. East Troy coming out on top 85-73. A lot of offense tonight. We expected that. But again, it's just that East Troy, the speed of their transition game is just incredible. They're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, I mean, when you can start to see these other guys who maybe don't show up in box scores often with 10, 12, 14 on the same night, that's what makes it, again, that's what makes a team special. You got to have a guy like Vukovic. You got to have a guy who can draw all that attention. But then when teams are overcompensating to take care of that, you got to have other guys knock down shots, and you saw that tonight with Rosine.
Yeah, trying to figure out how many Vukovic had tonight. And again, we run out of space, and each school provides their own program basically, and East Troy's are about in a 4 font, so it's pretty small to keep track of those. And we don't keep a scorebook. We're just here having fun. So again, Patrick and Stephanie and Andrew, Ben Becks is here. Just got off of work. Yep. Worked a full day over at Pick and Save, right? That is right. They do the work. We just have the fun sitting here talking. But Pete and I will be back at school tomorrow doing what we really do, and this is fun. We will be back here. I forget the next game. I think it might be in a couple of weeks. I want to say in the 20th.
I don't think I'm signed up till February. I think they're bringing in the A team here at some point, and
yeah, I want to say 21st, 24th, something like that. But whenever it is, we'll be here. Somebody will be here. Bill will be back. Bill,
I'm working the 24th.
24th.
Friday the 24th.
So it might be 21st and 24th, I'm guessing. Bill will be back from his coverage of the Whitewater Broadhead game tonight. So, again, for Pete Willickett, I'm John Wells saying our final score here on Tuesday, January 7th. 2020 is the East Troy Trojans 85, your McFarland Spartans 73. So long, everyone.